The best time of the year is here, ladies and gentlemen. It is March Madness. We have a bracket. Some are saying the committee did the best job they have ever done. I don't really care how the committee does it. As long as I've got 68 teams in front of me, I'm ready to pick 68 teams. I'm ready to pick this bracket. I'm ready to choose my winner. This is my first go around. I have not done a test bracket yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first one. You are seeing my raw thoughts, my raw emotions for picking each game in this bracket. Without further ado, it is the 2026 March Madness bracket prediction here on the Ian Fritts Show. If you are new, subscribe down below and then follow at Ian Fritts Show on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram as well. And without further ado, we will jump right in. I'm a guy that likes to start up there in the East region, okay? Some people, they kind of bounce around. No. I'm a East region, round of 64. Then I jump over, top right, bottom left. I do a clockwise motion. I think that's the only way to get it done. So we're up here, and we've got Duke versus Siena. Look, I'm not familiar with Siena's game, okay? I do not know them personally, know nothing about these guys. What I do know is Duke will win. We can go ahead and bookmark that in, pen, Sharpie that one in. If that one goes down, just end the tournament, give Siena the trophy. They deserve it for beating the number one team in the country all year long. Ohio State Duke is a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are picking Ohio State, big name brand. Hey, we're going to get Duke, Ohio State in the round of 32. That's going to be a big-time matchup. But TCU, similarly to Ohio State, they're playing really good basketball right now. And my gut was telling me I'm going to pick Ohio State. And if you know me, I'm a go with your gut on this show type of person. And my gut's telling me TCU right now in front of the camera. So we're going TCU. We're going Horny Frogs to get that done. St. John's, Northern Iowa. Look, it's St. John's all the way, okay? Northern Iowa, look, you sometimes win a game here and there. Maybe you haven't won one in 5-6 years in the conference in March Madness. It seems like you win a March Madness game, you're just all of a sudden projected to win a March Madness game every time you get back there, if you're a mid-major type of tournament team. Kansas Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist, really good guard on that team. He's averaging, I think, like 24 points a game. But you know who's on Kansas? Maybe the best player in the country. Maybe if he plays the entire game. So I'm not too worried about that from Cal Baptist. So give me Kansas. Give me Bill Self and Rick Pitino in the second round. St. John's, Kansas. That is a phenomenal matchup. Also, St. John's might be like, how did they end up as a 5 seed? They should probably, in my mind, and look, I don't get into all the net ratings, all the Torviks, whatever, all the different metrics. There's about 3 billion of them in college basketball. Too many, in my opinion. Let's simplify this, and let's get a structure. And also, I think we should weight how they've been playing at the end of the season. I think we should weight that in pretty heavily, and I think we would get more accurate seeds. St. John's, if they were weighted based on how they're playing at the end of the season, they could very well be a 3 seed, maybe even a 2 seed right now at the end of the season, okay? Then we got Louisville and South Florida there. This is going to be a popular upset pick, ladies and gentlemen. South Florida over Louisville, and that's what my gut's telling me, and my gut is telling me that pretty loudly. It's South Florida. It's Michigan State all the way, not North Dakota State. Hey, football, yes. Basketball, again. I don't think I knew you had a basketball team. So we're going to go against the Bison, and we're going to go with Tom Izzo there to get that done, and they're going to face the Bulls of USF in the second round. UCLA, UCF, little standoff between University C, and UCLA, they sneaky play good sometimes and then sneaky play bad sometimes. That's kind of their calling card this year. They have got a lot of talent on that basketball team, They are playing this on the East Coast. I believe this is in D.C., maybe, Washington, Pennsylvania, wherever it is. This is way on the East Coast. So I don't love that, but I don't love UCF. Seen like maybe 2 games from UCF all year long. I've seen 2 games from UCLA all year long, if we're being honest with ourselves. But I'm going to go with the Bruins. I like Mick Cronin. He's an electric coach. So we're going to go UCLA there. And then UConn Furman. I'm sorry to the Furman. Who's Furman? The Furman what? Are they The Paladins. Okay, we can't pick the Paladins. Okay, so we got UCLA, UConn there in the East region. We're gonna slide over here. I like to do. Oh no. Stay on page. We just almost swiped too far there. I like to do 64. I like to do round by round, but also region by region. The West, Arizona, maybe playing the best basketball of any team in the entire country right now. Long Island. I love that you guys are the Sharks. I love that logo. One of the best logos in college sports, in my opinion. But it's the Wildcats all the way. Utah State, Villanova. I believe Utah State is favored in this game, so it wouldn't technically be an upset. Be an upset if the higher ranked team wins. And a lot of people are picking Utah State, but my gut's telling me take Villanova. And again, I go with the gut here at the Ian Fritts Show, as you should as well. And if your gut goes against my gut, then listen to mine, okay? Because I'm the professional here. Wisconsin High Point. Look, High Point, they stole the hearts of people last year, scoring a lot of points. They give out all sorts of ice creams on their campus. Nobody knew they existed until last year. But it's going to be the Wisconsin Badgers, okay? Cheese is exceptional up there, and we're going to roll with the cheese, okay? Arkansas, Hawaii. This is a game that is throwing people through a loop right now, and I don't think it's that confusing at all. Okay, look, last two tournament games where John Calipari has had his team as a 4 seed or higher, they've lost in the first round. Okay, he was a 2 seed, lost to St. Peter's a few years ago. I believe he was a 4 seed, and then lost to a 13 seed 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Whatever order that happened, not been great for Calipari when he's been a 4 seed or higher as of late. But this is a different team, this Arkansas Razorback basketball team, okay? Darius Acuff. I have him as my 4th best player, maybe even 3rd best player. I'm sliding on a couple guys in the NBA draft right now. Stay tuned for NBA draft coverage later this year, by the way. We do that on the Ian Fritts Show, as we do with every other sport in the world. We talk about it here. I like Darius Acuff so much. He's soaring up my draft board. There's no way I can go against Arkansas. No way. The dude just gets buckets, and he makes the correct play 100% of the time, maybe even 101% of the time. Hawaii's playing good basketball right now. Sneaky good conference, sneaky good team in this type of situation. If they were playing another 4 seed, like if they were playing Kansas, I actually might like them over Kansas, even though Darren Peterson exceptional as well. But I think I like Arkansas more than Kansas. Like, I think that might be a better play. But they're playing Arkansas. I'm not buying it. So give me Arkansas to win that one. BYU, Texas, or NC State. I don't care who it is. I'm going with DeBansa. This guy, I think he's the best player in the country. This guy's unbelievable. Also, you have Rob Wright. I like that seniority on a team. He's been in NCAA tournaments before. I like that seniority on a team in March Madness. So give me BYU to win it there as well. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State. Look, not familiar with Kennesaw State's basketball program. Apologies to that team out there, wherever Kennesaw State is. Tennessee? Where's Kennesaw State at? Is that in Tennessee? I'm not familiar with the geography of Kennesaw State. The Owls, by the way, where are they at? Georgia. My bad. My bad to everybody in Georgia for insulting you and not knowing where the Owls are located. But I do know where Gonzaga is, and they're the 3 seed, and they will win this game, and they've been great all year. Their best player may not be there the first 2 rounds. We'll get back to that when we have BYU and Gonzaga. And if you notice, I'm going pretty chalk. Have I picked an upset yet? I think I picked one, South Florida. But it's hard. You know, that's the thing about the first round is you know there's going to be upsets. There's going to be several. But then you get to it, and you're like, can I really pick a 12 seed over a 5 seed? Can I really do an 11 over a 6? Can I really do that? And I always come to the conclusion, no, I cannot. I can't do it. I can't make it happen. And I end up losing. And that's just how it is. Missouri, Miami. Miami's a better basketball team. I've watched both of these teams several times. It's not even close. Purdue, yes, not even close. Give me Purdue over Queens. Okay, and we're going to move right down to the Midwest region, folks. Michigan, UMBC, and Howard. Apologies to UMBC and Howard. It's going to be Michigan pretty easily. St. Louis, Georgia. Look, I believe St. Louis has the guy, Denny Avila or something, whatever his name is. Big man, can hoop. Give me St. Louis in that one. My gut's kind of telling me Georgia, but the world is telling me St. Louis. And again, go with your gut. And the gut is a little iffy on that. We may come back to that. Akron Tech. I'm taking Akron over Tech. Look, They play good offense. Tech has been stumbling defensively as of late against better competition, mind you. But I like Akron in that, and I like Hofstra. Alabama, one of their top 3 players, just got popped for marijuana and possibly something with a gun situation. Don't know if that's actually 100% accurate. Yeah, alleged. He'd been arrested. That's all we know. He's probably not going to play on Friday. So give me Hofstra. I like them as a good basketball team as well. So give me Hofstra. Tennessee, Miami, Ohio, SMU. SMU, sneaky good team. I think they beat Miami of Ohio. Here's my issue with this, and the issue with picking the bracket before the first 4 games are in. If SMU wins that game, which I think they do, I think they beat Tennessee, even though Tennessee, good basketball team. I believe they're like 12th in the net. But there's something about this Tennessee team that I just don't believe in. So I'm going SMU to upset the Volunteers. Probably a mistake, but I like it. And here we go. Boom. That's 4 straight upsets right there, folks. After I just talked about having no upsets. There you go. Giving the people what they want. Virginia beats Wright State. Sorry to the Wolves over there. Santa Clara, I think, beats Kentucky. Kentucky's kind of been poo-poo all year long. I don't like them at all. Give me Iowa State to beat Tennessee State. Here we go. Last region, and we'll work our way down. Obviously, it makes more sense to go top down. Florida, yes. Yep. No 16 versus 1s this year. I like Iowa over Clemson. I like Vanderbilt over McNeese. And look, Nebraska-Troy may be in attendance at that basketball game. Have not decided. Work is the issue. But at the same time, what are we doing? What are we doing if we're not going to March Madness, okay? A lot of people are saying Troy's going to get this done. I don't see it. Level of competition is a step way up against Nebraska, so I like Nebraska to get it done. VCU over North Carolina. A lot of people are picking Virginia Commonwealth to get this done. I don't see it. The gut's telling me for some reason North Carolina will sneak it out, okay? And then Illinois Penn. Folks, I am going to shock the world with this pick. I'm taking Penn. I am taking Penn, okay? And here's why. They have a former 5-star, Powers. He can shoot the rock, okay? Shooting 45, 46% from 3. They got another guy shooting 45, 46% from 3. That's going to get it done in a March Madness tournament game, okay? And Illinois, streaky. I love their top-tier potential. They can win a national title. But if you catch them on an off day, look, 8:25, that's a late game right there, folks. That's a late game. Give me Penn to get that done. That could ruin the entire bracket because if Illinois wins, I think they got pretty easily to the Sweet 16, okay? St. Mary's, Texas A&M. I like St. Mary's to get over the hump and get to the second round this year. In Houston, that's a no-brainer. All right, we're moving on to the round of 32, folks. Round of 32. Duke, TCU. It's Duke, and I don't think it's close in my mind. St. John's, Kansas. Again, Bill Self, Rick Pitino. I love St. John's this year, folks, and I love the way they're playing basketball right now. Give me St. John's. South Florida, Michigan State. I love Tom Izzo. I don't love Jeremy Fears Jr. Don't love that guy. Don't love what he's about on the basketball court. This one's tough for me. Do we pick an 11 seed? I like the other 11 seeds or the other upsets in the other bracket. We're going to have at least one come down and get a dub and get to the Sweet 16, but it's not this one. It's not against Michigan State. Something about this UConn team is rubbing me the wrong way. And I think I say that every year about UConn, and then they just go win basketball games. But UCLA has the potential to beat them, and my gut's telling me take UCLA. It's like, Ian, take UCLA. So I'm going to do it. Do I hate it? Yes. Do I love it? No. But here we are. We're in the West region now. Arizona, Villanova. It's Arizona all the way. Wisconsin, Arkansas. Wisconsin has the ability to shoot the lights out and get that dub, but I don't think they do against my man Darius Acuff. No way. And then BYU, Gonzaga. Gonzaga's best player may not be in attendance for this basketball game. If he is, I think Gonzaga wins. If he's not, I think BYU wins. So as of right now, I'm going to take the Cougars, and I'm going to take the best player in the country, AJ Debinsa. What he did in the Big 12 tournament was unbelievable. Give me BYU to win that one. And then Miami, Purdue. It's the Boilermakers all day, every day. Michigan, St. Louis. Michigan, apparently they struggle with the outside-in offense that St. Louis does, but they're too good. They are too good. Give me Michigan. And then Akron, Hofstra. I like the Zips. So give me Akron to win that game. Give me Virginia to beat SMU, and then give me Iowa State. I love the Cyclones. To beat Santa Clara, and we're going to move right along. These second round games, I think, are pretty easy for me in my mind. If they win the first one, I like them to win the second one. That's just how I roll. Florida over Iowa. I like Vandy to beat Nebraska. They're playing exceptional basketball right now. Little SEC championship, or not SEC championship, SEC semifinal rematch right there in Florida Vanderbilt. That's kind of exciting. North Carolina Penn. I'm going to take Penn to get it done and get to the Sweet 16. I think I like them. They're my 14 seed in the Sweet 16. And Houston to face Penn, but we're going to move up to the East region again. And we got the Sweet 16, folks. Let's zoom out. My Sweet 16 is Duke, St. John's, Michigan State, UCLA, Arizona, Arkansas, BYU, Purdue, Michigan, Akron, Virginia, Iowa State, Penn, Houston, and Florida, Vanderbilt. And after this, I think we just go chalk. I think that's the safest bet. So I'm going to roll with Duke to beat St. John's. See, I didn't believe in that pick right there. You could hear it in my hesitation in my voice right there. Something about this game is screaming, take St. John's. So I'm going to take St. John's, and I'm going to take Michigan State. I'm going to take Michigan State in that one as well. Where's Arizona? Arizona, Darius Acuff is my guy, but Arizona's a better basketball team. Way better. Okay, and I'm also going to take Purdue. So we got St. John's, Michigan State, Arizona, Purdue in the Elite Eight, and then we have Michigan, Akron. Goodness, Michigan, Akron. Who do we like in that game? Look, folks, I'm going to shock everybody with this one. I don't believe in Michigan right now, and I know statistically, but all the metrics, the people on their team, everything they got, they got super tall dudes that can hoop. I don't believe in Michigan. I don't believe in the way they're playing basketball. So I'm going to roll with Akron. Let's take a flyer on Akron, but Iowa State's gonna get there over Virginia. And then Florida Vanderbilt. I like Florida to bounce back. Vandy's not going to shoot that good again, I don't think. And then give me Houston to beat Penn. So my Elite Eight, we've got a 5 seed, a 3 seed, a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 12 seed, a 2 seed, a 1 seed, a 2 seed. Okay, so we've got, 3 1s? No, 2 1s. Oh no, that can't be right. We've got 2 1s. Yeah, well, hey, we're going to roll with that. I think we're going to have a little less chalk than we did last year. And I like St. John's. I like the way they're playing basketball right now. It's hard for me to get that out of my mind. It's probably recency bias. It definitely is. But I'm going to take St. John's. I'm going to take Arizona to get to the Final Four. I'm going to take Iowa State to get to the Final Four. And I'm going to take this. The problem with this Florida-Houston game is that's in Houston. That will be in Houston. That will be a home game for the Cougars. Hey, national championship game rematch. So we're going to take... I picked Houston last year. Do I ride with them or do I go with Florida? I like Fleming's. Just the offense sometimes it's so spotty for Houston this year, ladies and gentlemen. It's so spotty. I just don't know about it. I'm going to go Houston. The guts tell me, it's telling me Houston right now, right here. And I'm going to go, here we go, my Final Four. St. John's versus Houston, Arizona versus Iowa State, Big 12 championship game rematch there in the Final Four. We got St. John's versus Houston in the other one. Who do I have in my national championship game? Who is going to get it done? I'm going to roll with St. John's to get to the title game, and I'm going to have them play Iowa State. Iowa State is going to win. Let me check something. Hold on. There are historic metrics for a team that wins the national title game, and Iowa State is in the Tier 1 of teams that can win it. Okay, the Tier 1, if you wanted to hear, is Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Iowa State, Houston, and Purdue. So I like Iowa State. Do I love it? No. Do I like it? Yes. Points. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I think. St. John's good defense. Actually, they both good offenses. So we'll go. Let's see. 60 plus 60 is 120. I think they both get 75-ish. So that's 140. Let's go 159. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the perfect bracket. Iowa State is my champion. The Cyclones get it done. Unheard of. I believe this would be their first basketball national championship. Don't have the facts on me on that one, but there's the Final Four. St. John's, Houston, Arizona, Iowa State. St. John's loses to Iowa State in the national championship game, and we have fireworks in the championship game. I love Iowa State in this one. And again, if you are new, subscribe down below. Follow at Ian Fritts Show on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram as well. I love you guys. Bye.